We are so back. At least that's what it looks like for now. Hopefully we stay back. I've been looking forward to this. Good evening, everybody. My name is Barista. It's not just my name, it is also my title. Welcome into the cafe. Apologies for our little technical snafu earlier. No idea what happened, but it should be fixed now. Nothing a classic turn it off and turn it back on again can't fix. At least in this case. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. Or at least what? Excuse me. Why do I always have the hiccups every goddamn stream? Maybe I just get the hiccups with the coffee. Nah, couldn't be it. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope you got to do whatever it is you wanted to do. Whether that was, you know, stay comfy, whether you had stuff to do, errands to run. Thank you, desk. I will get right on that. Oh, my coffee's still really hot. I mean, I guess I could have just taken a sip of my actual water, which is right here, but that wouldn't have been funny. Boring old hydrate. Let's drink some water. Slurp. I actually forgot what flavor I had in there, so that was a pleasant surprise of strawberry watermelon. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. And to anybody who does St. Patrick's Day festivities, I hope you enjoyed those and stayed safe, or are staying safe if you're still partaking. Not only is it St. Patrick's Day, it is also St. Gertrude's Day, Cat Lady of the Catholic Church. She's the patron saint of cats. So it's also her day. Much more important, I think. But I'm also biased. You know, like, yeah. Okay, eventually I will click on the correct tab, and I will get into the game. There we go. And I will remember to unmute the game, so we get the ambient sounds of drink making and such. Rather than just absolute silence and very extended pauses where the doorbell should be ringing, and it's not because I simply did not unmute the game. Yeah, let's jump right back on in it. I think. Oh, is it going? Really? Yep. Okay. Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. Yes, coffee lesbians! Hopefully. Or maybe it'll be the coffee gays if Gala and Hyde show up. Who knows? The possibilities are... well, they're not endless, but there's a lot of them. Plenty of possibilities. There we go. Hopefully we can see a little bit better. So... this looks like the guy who's on the cover of our album that we can never actually listen to. Lest we get the VOD muted. I think it's also the guy that Rachel is working with on her album, Aramid Jandrew, is what it's called. Lunar cell panel prototype ready for first test. Wonder what that means. Are they like doing like power cells on the moon? Or like instead of solar panels. Possibilities could be endless if we want them to be. So true. And finally, newcomer progressive elven metal band Avathor tops US music chart. And I want to listen to that. That sounds sick as hell. Spotify made this Women of Metal playlist that popped up on my recommended, and I've been listening to it. I probably should not have been as pleasantly surprised as I was when Baby Metal popped up on the list. Like one of their songs. I was just like, I know this one! In today's short stories, we've got What's Left on the Bar Counter by Ralia Almont. Can I borrow your lighter? Sure, have at it. Cheers, mate. You waiting for someone? Maybe, maybe not. I guess. Who knows now? Jeez, man. Sorry to hear that. Tell you what, next round's on me. You sure about it? You sure about that? Well, I'll take it then. No worries. Sorry about your situation, man. This is a good bar, so drink on. Leave your sadness at the bar counter. That's what they always say, right? Huh. Amen to that. Yep. Come on. Here's to a good bar and to unexpected company, eh? Interesting thing you said earlier. Leave your sadness at the counter. Do that often here? Yeah, this bar's good. Bartender's kind and they won't kick me out if I drink too much, so yeah. Where do you think it goes after you leave it here? The sadness? Huh. Interesting philosophical question you got there, man. Somewhere far away, hopefully. Never to come back. But what if it does? Then we steal up and order another drink. Then another, and another. Until either the sadness gives up or our livers do, I guess. Yep. That's one way to do it. Tough life you got, huh? Well, Sisyphus and the boulder, you know? I mean, what other choice do we have? None, I guess. Yep, that's just how it is. I gotta go now. Yeah, I love the sound of the rain, too. It's actually an ambient sound that's within the game itself. Also, welcome to the cafe. We are more than happy to have you. My name is Barista. It's not just my name, it is also my title. Feel free to kick back, relax. I'll fix you up a drink, and we'll just keep chilling out with some coffee talk. This is actually Coffee Talk Episode 2. Hibiscus and Butterfly. References a lot of events and things from the first game. So, spoilers abound for that, if that's something you want to avoid. It is something that we did play here on the channel. It's on the various quote-unquote episodes of that. Past streams are on my YouTube. Anything lactose-free? Well, we got all kinds. Whatever you want, we got it. Also, what the heck is that? Something stuck under my nail, that's what it is. Yeah, we've also got a bunch of new commands. I think that's the command itself. Maybe? Yes. There we go. You know, I should have thought to set one up for that, but I did not. I gotta go now. Interesting chat we had, huh? Tell you what, maybe this is the whiskey talking, but it felt like hanging out with an old friend, mate. Forget about that person you were waiting for. And hopefully I'll see you here again sometime, okay? Sure, man. I'm always here for you. After all, you're the one who left me at this counter, right? Oof. Hanging out and getting chummy with your sadness, that was a twist I wasn't exactly expecting. Welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. We have anonymous follows on here because I know people don't always like to be called out. So we just welcome you on in and thank you for joining us. And we got a stretch. Okay. Not even like 10 minutes in and I'm already shrimping. Oh, hello. Somebody else entering the cafe, welcome on in. Feel free to get comfy. Feel free to place your order, and I will be more than happy to get you whatever it is you want. Today on Tomodachi. Okay, I was just about to say, is the music still playing? It is. Okay. Let's see what everybody's posting on their stories. Looks like Lucas is busy. He says, have you ever heard a story that wows you to try to go for your dreams because you're so inspired to do something or anything? Hashtag share your story. I'm assuming this has a lot to do with his chat with Riona from yesterday. Yesterday in-game, that is. There we go. Hopefully that'll stop me from floating away for at least a couple of minutes. He also questions, is Fidget Spinner really that lame now? Oh, thank you. It seemed like a fitting voice for him, so I wanted to do like a husky dude bro kind of thing. I'm glad to see it's working out. Oh, you think that's bad? You should hear the voice I give to Myrtle, the half-orc gal. It is somehow, deeper and, scratchier. Thankfully, she does not talk that much. Unlike Lucas, who yaps a mile a minute. Anyway, of course, Rachel's always posting. She says, I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while, too, everyone. I really fucking hate her Karen-ass haircut, but she is very... She's good. She's good at presenting a good appearance for herself. She's very cute. Riona, our favorite groover driver, says, normal schedule. Yeah, she just really seemed like a Valley girl to me. I really wanted to give somebody a Valley girl accent when I found out that she was like, in the first game, that she was 18 and like a singer idol type. She seemed perfect for it. Lucas is posting again. He says, dinner with my team. So I can't tell if these two... I don't even know what this person is. But it looks like they've got a bit of... I guess diversity is the word I'm looking for, because they got a golem guy, they got an orc who's doing bunny ears on this guy. Of course, Lucas himself is the satyr, and then who knows what these ones are. I'm assuming human, just because they have, you know, rounded ears and not fantasy skin colors. You know, like orc color or succubus color or anything like that. Who knows? I don't. But that's all everybody's posted on their stories for now. Double check what we got in the drawer. Doesn't look like we have anything in the drawer. That's probably good for once. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Here comes our first one now, probably. Ah! Let's go, homosexuals, let's go! Okay, maybe not exclusively homosexual, but you know. We got the coffee gays. The coffee lesbians might come later. Who knows? They're just standing there, menacingly. Good evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala. Nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again? Yeah, that was one of the big things last time. Gallo was beefing with children, whether he knew it or not. That is a very cute emote. We'll have to look at this individual at some point, because those are very cute emotes. Since you are a follower now, you do have access to certain emotes. I believe it's our Latte Love and our Raid emotes, if I remember which ones I set correctly. You have access to those. And of course, my brain is not braining. All of our other emotes are available through subscription, all done by the immaculate Supernova EX. So apparently Gala is not having issues with the children this time. He says, no, that's not it. It's just... well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time. Yeah. For those of us joining us for the first time, if you are not familiar with Coffee Talk, Gala here is a werewolf. And werewolves have their monthly Furies in cycle with the, with the moon, where he turns into a werewolf. So he's having issues with his monthly. Your Fury? Is it the full moon already? Nope, but sometimes I get pre-Fury symptoms. Ah, he gets PFS. I get that. Pre-Fury symptoms? Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches, and a lot of other stuff. Small, but annoying. That doesn't sound pleasant. Though, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Is that why Hyde's not saying anything? Do you think he said something and took it out on him? Well, let's be real, he probably deserved it. That's so mean! But not inaccurate, I bet. Is there a drink that could help you with that? I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Barista. Nah. He has faith in my abilities. Which he should. I'm very good at what I do. Since a Galahad can soothe your Fury, maybe it would work pre-Fury as well? Maybe, but I think it needs to be more relaxing. Okay. Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine. And maybe blue. Okay, so... instead of regular tea, he probably wants the blue pea. Not like that. No. The milk and then the ginger, I think. Oh my god, look at that! It's got a wolf in it. He's going, no. Serve it! Here you go, a gala tea for you. You come up with these names on the spot, Barista. No, it takes a bit of soul searching. Tailor it to the situation, and so on. That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, now that we made it, we have the recipe for it. Silky but spicy beverage that soothes furious emotions and brings dormant joys back to life. Oh. Somebody else posting on their stories? Or did we learn more about Gala because we made a quick drink? Ah, yep, here we go. Same as last time. He's a veteran, now working in a hospital. Also, I agree, Nova. So cool. So cool. So cool. So cool. Barista! So cool. So cool. Shut the fuck up, Barista! Hey. Call it a sixth sense. Right. let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Is that a euphemism? Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed. Very happy to hear that. What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen? Actually, barista, are you gonna tell me you're breaking up? Oh no! Don't devastate me this way. Guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. My help? Come on, I wasn't that bad. No, I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. Say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit. I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all? You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one, lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling. Okay, mood, I do that sometimes. Usually after I have like a really good, some kind of gaming session, and then it's like, well shit, now what do I do? And I'm just like, looking so gloomy, it sucked the color out of the room. To be fair, I think he just kind of has that effect. Like, it looks all washed. But I guess that's what you get when you're a vampire. I mean, look at me. Clearly. Clearly I have some expertise on the matter. And it's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Oh, I wonder why. I wonder if he really is going to be sad about moving back here from LA. Please help me help him, barista. I'm at my wit's end. Oh no! Mr. Hyde. Ugh, fine. Truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old, and I've never been this bored in my entire life. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. 40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species of years. That's what the outfit's for. The outfit is to make up for just how pale I am. But I'm also picking up what you're putting down, and I do appreciate it. Eyes on the prize, barista. Intervention first. Gossip later. Okay, but only if you tell me. My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? You want a job here? I'll hire you. Job. What was that? My job! Hey, no need to shout. But I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. But modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind, then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so freak. Like underwear modeling? Maybe not that kind of freak. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while, so they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months, and I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearer. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. Then social media came, and it all became disposable. He's definitely not a fan of the whole fast fashion movement and everything. I'm not either. I mean, unfortunately, it's the thing a lot of us have to take part in, because it's hard to find, you know, good quality shit these days. Good quality, well made, and, you know, the makers of the things get fairly compensated for their work. It's almost impossible sometimes. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts online. And it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days though, with slow fashion and the like? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes too. I salute that. I would too if I could move my hands, so this is all you get from me. A very sharp nod. Apparently it was too sharp. It wasn't picking up on the whole thing. So it's more like, ugh, now I'm making myself bleh. Anyway, but the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? Don't know why I gave him the brief lip. You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Which means they pretty much will just follow you for whatever you do next, whether it's modeling or, I don't know, whatever. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't come to. Well, at least Hyde's old enough to at least recognize parasocial relationships and all that. So, are you saying that you'd like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered. That became part of their lives in a real way. Oh, I don't know, maybe you could do... Fuck, who was it? Somebody was saying that you'd make a good marriage counselor or something. Maybe you could do something like that. That would definitely have a profound impact on some people's lives. Oops. There we go. You know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you. Aw, poor Gala. He's so sad. I mean, it makes sense. His long-term friend, partnership, whatever they are, he's seeking out something else, saying that he's bored with the way things are. And it makes sense that, you know, Gala would feel a bit put out by that. Because it's like, he's here. Is he not enough? Is his contributions not enough? That's probably part of the crux of this matter. It's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. I feel like Gala might appreciate that, and Hyde might just try to bite your hand. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Alright, Mr. Hoity-toity. Depending on your definition of fun, it still could be. Studied for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts. Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? No, not at all. He can try, but you're still gonna give them to him. Fair enough. You have more limbs than he does, so if he, like, tries to swat you away with his hands, you can just still head pat him with your tail, right? You see what I'm dealing with, Barista? Gala literally over here. You seeing this shit, Squidward's house? It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, this coffee needs to do something because I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Just make me something I like. Anything you've seen me enjoy recently or when we first met? Oh, I'm pretty sure he liked that coffee with ginger. Yeah, this one. Coffee. Because we literally just made him the hibiscus thing that he liked. But, I don't know, maybe giving him ginger will also put him on the same wavelength as, Gala. Yeah, that looks good. Serve it! Here you go, Mr. Hyde. You seemed to like this well enough. Nice, Barista. And you lost your bet, Hyde. A bet? But Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday. I told him many people cared about him. And I bet you could remember what he liked, even if he gave you no instructions. Now I get to say that I was right. And Hyde gets to buy me dinner. Ooh. At a place of my choosing. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it. It probably isn't the first time we've at least seen him chuckle, but that... I don't know. It really warms my heart. Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala? Let's see. You say it, Hyde. He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made. Wow. Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, use your model money. Make sure your man's is fed. Just rub it in my face, why won't you? Oh, somebody else is here. Hello? Oh, hi everyone. Lua! Hey, Lua. Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like. Busy and lively, and I'm over here frickin' yawning up a storm for no evident reason. Whew. Even if only for a fleeting instant, the taste of the coffee. We're no freaking Godot from Ace Attorney. If I drank my coffee black, I would simply bleh. I would simply pass away. Tonight we've just got some instant coffee with some Thai iced tea flavored creamer and a splash of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Not that anybody asked, but now you know. That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. Aww. Who's blowing up my phone while we're having a moment? Swear to God. Oh. It's just Hyde listing out his favorite things, like the fact that he's been blood sober for 10 years now. He's basically being a vegan vampire. And he's currently a model. In the past, has been a stock trader, entrepreneur, and venture capitalist. I wonder if that means he's, like, old enough to be in the same era as, like, robber barons, like Carnegie and Vanderbilt and stuff. At least those guys spent their excessive wealth on things like fucking libraries and stuff. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Poor Lucas seems to be slightly unwell just based on the grammar or lack thereof on this story post of his that simply says, "Hey guys, up." Oh dear. We'll give it a like just to let him know we're still thinking about him. One of thousands, but... You must be getting bored of our argument. Alright, they're kind of fun to watch. How are things with you two, by the way? Just let me order before I answer. If that's alright, barista. Of course. What would you like? I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Is there anything you'd recommend for that? Definitely something with lemon and honey. Sounds great. I'd love a lemon and honey then, please. Well, I know I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, she's also partial to, like, chocolate. So, do chocolate with lemon and honey. Yeah, that looks good. Serve it! Here you go. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Thanks, Dr. Barista. Excuse me, I'm just a barista. I am not a doctor. Which reminds me, Nova, and everybody else in chat, I finally added the command. This is truly lovely. Just what I needed. Well, I knew I'd posted the link to the list of commands and stuff, but I wasn't sure if you'd had the chance to look at it yet, so I wanted to show it off. You can get it next time. That's great to hear. The company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. All according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan. That sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making. Part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. Well, yeah. Especially because you're making decisions and being in charge of other people and shit. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Bay and I have been fighting. Yeah, and Hyde told me a little about it, too. Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. Hello, Zoe. Yes, I saw. You MS painted my husband. You made him look very nice. Very nice and MS paintable. Or I guess MS painted. And honestly, the quote you used is 1000% something I could see him saying. You're gonna MS paint everybody? No, go for it. Fuck it, we ball. For those who are curious, this is what Zoe is referring to as far as MS painting my husband. Zoe has also MS painted me in the past previously, which shows up in our little art cycle on the starting screen and the break screen. So you'll be able to peruse that later. If you haven't already, that is. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good. Thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, you know. Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? No, man, they fuck are not. That's true. Although I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. That's the problem. I'm not sure. At first, I thought I was tired or worried. The decision-making at my job is taking a toll, that's for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. Oh, girl, been there. Excuse me, fucking been there. This is the part where I, like, jokingly say something like, chat, don't get married, but, like, obviously, I'm very happily married, and I don't know what y'all's lives are like. I can't tell you what to do. Even as a joke, I don't want to make a joke of that. You're married to your job? That's how I feel sometimes, Zoe. At least one of my jobs, anyway. Even though, ironically, it's only part-time. You don't have a job? Ah. Your job is MS Paint, apparently. And you're very good at it. You're very good at all the art you do. Pardon me. Jeez. It's not even that late or anything. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. Girl, yes, I was with him on this part of it. I was actually talking with a real-life friend of mine who I haven't seen since before my wedding last year. Her and her partner, they recently got engaged. And she was talking about how they were going to get stuff paid for. And she mentioned maybe his folks would like to contribute. Because apparently, according to her, and I quote, they have money. End quote. And I said, well, sure, that might be a good thing, but just remember, if they do, in fact, contribute, they might feel entitled to have an opinion. Or they'll be very... They'll take the reins on stuff, because they'll be like, well, I'm paying for it, so I should have a say, kind of deal. So, yeah. Lots of people seem to think that having money or contributing money gives them an opinion on how everything gets done, but realistically, that's not true. But given how much Lua likes to, I don't want to say, submit to her family. She definitely likes having them around and everything. Like, that was a big source of her problem with Bailey's in the first one, was that their family relationships are so different that she just couldn't see eye to eye with him on his kind of stuff. So, yeah. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. Girl, go have, like, a fucking courthouse wedding. Just go, get a cute little dress, something you like. Have him dress up in a little something that he likes. Both of you just go. You can come here for the reception, I'll serve drinks. I don't do food, but I can serve drinks. There's a lady who owns a mobile coffee bar. It's literally like a giant ass trailer with a generator attached to the back of the truck. It's got like a fully functional like cafe bar and everything in it. And she usually drives around town and parks and places, and usually morning to early afternoon sells coffee. I got exactly Nova. I got the drinks, but it's bring your own food. Or they could do like a potluck or something. Well, we could do a potluck. I'll provide the venue space for the reception. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. Well, I think that's the crux of your issue. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bae. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friend's wedding before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. Well, see, that's your problem, girl. You're looking at what everybody else wants. And yeah, by looking at it, you get a... Shut up, Saribot, I'm talking. By looking at how everybody else does things, sure, you get a good idea of certain things, like maybe how you want something or how you don't want something to be. But ultimately, you can't base everything what you want on how other people do things. There are always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. Yeah, that was definitely my friend's wedding a few years ago. Like, it was a whole big fucking to-do. Like, a lot of his family came up from wherever he's from. A lot of their college friends made the trip up. Lots of people that the bride and I knew growing up, all that kind of stuff. It was like a whole fucking... It was a whole fucking to-do. Which, hey, ultimately was a very them kind of thing. And it was a very fun, very good day to be a part of. But for my partner and I, that would have been like way too much. That would have been way more than A, either of us wanted, and B, that either of us that we could afford. But more so the first one than the second one. It's like they're probably getting to the point, and I'm just beating the point like a dead horse. R.I.P. horse VTubers. I don't know. I'm just a barista. I'm not a wedding planner. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great. This is what I want. Close, it's just a barista. Now it all just feels more and more off. There you go. Off to me? Why don't you tell your fiancé that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget? That's up to how you communicate, isn't it? Right, but it's still a difficult topic. Well, it's gonna get more difficult the more you avoid it. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Faye wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right? I mean, generally, yes. But how does it apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? Celebrate it properly, for starters? Right. And who are you in that partnership with? I believe you've met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes. I wouldn't call them puppy eyes, but okay. Right, I'm glad you remembered that, because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married, and the strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you'd like. Tangentially related, long ass time ago when I worked at a McDonald's, one of our managers got married, and literally on her wedding day, I assume like on the way to the reception or something, her and her new husband actually showed up. Like, she was still in her fucking dress and everything. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are you doing here? It's your wedding day and you're at fucking Macca's? Like, more power to you if that's what you want to do, but you fucking work here. You spend enough time here. Go away. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food, so budget for that. Thank goodness. But point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations. Well, they're not the ones getting married, are they? If they want their expectations met, they can pay for the whole thing. They can do all the planning and organizing. They can do all that shit. Did they openly say that? No. Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything. But you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? Giving me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. Maybe you should become a therapist. Ahem. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor. But I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Are you looking to change careers, Hyde? He's bored modeling. Finds it too impermanent. Wants to leave a mark. Wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary. Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you can make modeling fun again? I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. What happened then? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer. And she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfit there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light. And also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first, first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more, but then something felt different. Then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yep. Most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing, that she was wasting her money. Well, we had a great time and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, got some random stuff, one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her dark. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out. She did always have a fondness for dark places. Oh gee, I wonder why. Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame. Working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait. She saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera. Oops, didn't mean to hit the menu button. It was the first time she really liked the portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. Not like me to tell these kinds of tales, or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Well, maybe if you need to interrupt yourself from your monologues, you just take a sip of your drink that you've only taken like one sip of the entire time. Just forget it. I mean, I don't know if it's the... You develop pictures from film and it's fun. Yeah, I've seen... There were some people I went to school with. I think we had like a dark room back then. I don't know, I was never artistic like that. I always thought if there was any art I could actually get behind, it might have been photography, but eh. No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you. Please share, Lua. You'd be doing both of us a solid. Go on then. Checking something real quick. I'm going to keep you in suspense. Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently, film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. What you said captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that. Who, me? I mean, yeah, you'd get to be pretty direct with people. Tell them where to go, how to pose, and whatever. No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work. Yeah, you tell him. Get his ass. I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that fucked on. I mean, you could just jump right in, both feet first. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Well then don't book yourself for several per month, just book yourself for one a month. Oh, well, forget about it then. No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hi. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. Solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents. But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. Oh, and especially if their kids like them or something, they could be like, hey, he was a vampire, he might still be doing it. I could keep it going for a little bit. You're assuming they won't get divorced. I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. Alright, I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, a wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. Can confirm. That career in the Mafia is really looking up. Oh my fucking god, this guy. I'm about to stake him. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want. Pardon me. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yeah, alright. Let's Mike do as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hive. And good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one. It will be. Good night, Lua. Good night, Barista. See you later. Good night, you two. Alright, buddy. It's just you and me now. Tell me how you really feel. I'll pour you a fresh cup of it if you want. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's coffee talk. Oh, hydrate. Look. And a stretch. Okay. Your timing is impeccable. My shoulder's locking up on me. Even though I'm not doing it. Okay, hang on. Be right back. Whee! Stretched so hard I almost got stuck. There we go. Thank you for that, Nova. Maybe that'll get the blood flowing and stop this damn incessant yawning. Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. Didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? Oh, he seems nervous about that. Maybe he does like that. He's all fidgety. He's all pep. That's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. Sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you? I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. Well, you don't have to be a romantic. You could just be there and just do the job as long as it's a good job. Goddamn! People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then, next thing you know... Ah, I don't want to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. At the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. It's more than rose-colored glasses to capture all the moments at a wedding. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Nova. I mean, as nice as it is to see those rose-colored glasses moments, they're not the only thing that, like you said, they're not the only moments that happen. I got so stressed out at mine day of, I almost fucking cried. Like, because of the stress, just of stupid shit. You thought it was raining IRL, but it was in the game. Yeah, somebody else came through and commented on how much they liked the rain. And I was like, ah, yes, it's a good thing I actually remembered to unmute it today. I think it was raining IRL for us a bit yesterday. It was snowing today. Fucking awful. It doesn't look like any of it is stuck, but just the fact that it was happening. It's like, oh, it's technically still winter. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh. And they're still there. There's no two souls becoming one. Not really. I know. One time I tried, it didn't really work out. Oh, so you've been married before, have you? But do you regret trying? Oh, it absolutely is. There's a reason there's so many, like, ASMR videos and just, like, those chill lo-fi beats kind of ones that just have rain in the background. I don't know if it's still a thing. Let me check. There was at least one site. Yeah, there's this one website called Rainy Mood. And at least at one point you could, like, fuck around with, like, the sound settings. But I guess it's just the rain these days. But I used to use it as a... Oh my god, yes, Nova. Oh! Rain plus fireplace equals bone melting relaxation. Yes. Like, have you ever just been all so snugged up, comfortable, and like it's raining? Bonus if you're a fan of like thunderstorms and it's storming out and you're just absolutely comfortable and it's just the absolute greatest thing I've ever experienced. It reminds me of this Tumblr post that I saw where it was like, you think you'll never know peace? Bruh, try playing Animal Crossing at 2:30 in the morning on a rainy night. And tell me you don't feel peace. I'm pretty sure that's what the thing said. I am not exaggerating when I say the most peaceful, like, calm and relaxed and just overall impeccably safe and good I've ever felt in my life. Because there was one time, fairly early on when I was with my partner, he'd come over and spent the night. Or I think this was early when we were living together. Either way, fairly early on. It was thunderstorming one night. I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning. Or some relatively late time. It was nice and toasty. He was all snugged up against me. Thunder and rain just going on. It was the absolute most blissed out and comfortable I've ever felt in my entire life. And I will be chasing that high for the rest of my life. If I'm being honest. Okay, so, in the middle of me yapping about getting comfortable, Hyde dropped the, bit of a lore bomb that he's, actually been married. Not in as many words, but, he says the one time I tried, it didn't really work out. Which to me gives the implication that he did in fact get married at one point and it did not work out. I'm pretty sure there are various side comics that are available on the Coffee Talk Twitter. And if I remember correctly, there is actually a comic about him and his ex-wife. Or at least briefly showing that, yeah, he was married to somebody and they're divorced. I don't remember if Gala showed up in it. I only saw it like once. I do also remember there's another one about Aqua. This one is for all of our anxious lesbian lovers out there. Her little side comic thing shows her coming to Coffee Talk 5 times before she ever actually sets foot in the door. Like, she's trying to build up the fortitude, the wherewithal to come in the door. She does that for 5 days before she finally comes in. So there's that tidbit for y'all. But do you regret trying? No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. That's fair. Giving me space to build other relationships that work much better. Yeah, probably like with Gala and your other friends. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating. And something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Barista. And I'm too tired to fight your logic. Which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chat. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala's from a long-lived species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times, technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now, in a century, maybe 2. And Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will. Am I right, Barista? No comment? That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. I know Bro says he's all, like, not super sentimental, but when he says shit like that... Also, who is blowing up my fucking phone? Oh no. Oh, Lucas. Oh, buddy. Yeah, it seems Lucas is a bit, lost in the sauce, as it were. Guess where I am, 'cause I sure as hell don't know. Yeah, exactly, Nova. And then we got the rest of Lua's profile. I really hope somebody's out there looking out for Lucas. Like the way we're here looking out for Hyde and he's looking out for us. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We will make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to go browse for some film cameras. And who's blowing up my phone still? Is it Lucas drunk posting on his stories again? Oh, it's Riona. She's actually asking him if he's lost. I mean, I know she's a groover delivery driver, so maybe she'll make a delivery run and deliver him home or something. What's the worst that can happen? Indeed. Take care of yourself, friend. Oh! The epitome of sentimentality from Hyde. He called us his friend. Oh. Sorry, I was just blown away by that. And you as well. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. Yeah, that's another thing that we don't really know about, well, ourselves and Silver and Amanda. Like how long-lived they are. Well, on that note, we're gonna take a quick little break so I can actually get up, make sure all my drinks are topped off and everything. Do some walking stretchies. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Enjoy the fan art. And enjoy the... That one landed right on my head. Enjoy the chill vibes, the cool art, and we'll be back here in just a minute. are so bad. Here, all stretched, refreshed, and ready to go for another day. Thank you, and I. Welcome back, welcome back. Drinks are already all topped off, so I've got myself another snack. I made some mixed berry pie earlier. I've been thinking about it since Friday for pie day. I really wanted to make one, so I did. Just your basic blackberry, raspberry, and blueberry pie. With dough of questionable integrity, but it's doing its job. Pretty good. Bitter heart, shadows that will help you ride a high. I remember we made that for Bailey's in the first one. At one moment, we were having. I can't remember if it's like tea and cinnamon flavor. That looked nice. But who knows? Thursday, September 28th, 2023. New image recognition tech uses GNOME before a review. Oh no! Are they doing like an AI racism? Oh no! Let's just work for everybody involved. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Did they say 40 years? And elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. Start the day. By that I mean, let's look at our phone. For today's thought-provoking romance story, titled On Top of the Ferris Wheel, by Raleigh. Finally our turn to ride the Ferris wheel. She grabbed my hand tight, excitedly pulling me into the faded pink gondola. Her small hand felt cold on my skin. Before, it was warm. The slightest touch of it used to warm my youth, to excite me. When she pulled me into the seat beside her, it felt cold. I knew I was the one who had changed. I was the one who could no longer see anymore. The Ferris wheel finally moved. She stared at the lake beside the wheel as we went upwards slowly. The Ferris wheel is amazing, right? I feel like it's taking us to a world separate from our own. A world for just the two of us, We began a conversation, and I replied with a faint smile. Hey, pretty boy, want in on a secret? I love you. Her smile was so sincere, it was painful to receive those words. I didn't say anything. Couldn't say anything. She didn't wait for a reply. A long silence passed as she turned back to the seat laid on the other side of the window. I knew she was hiding her face from me. The Ferris wheel was halfway to the top now, still climbing ever so slowly. I tried to find the words I wanted to say to her. What's the softest way to break someone's heart? We reached the top of the Ferris wheel when it stopped, like it was supposed to. For a moment, our time was frozen at the tip of the world. Hey, can we talk? Words finally found the courage to come out of my mouth. I know exactly what you want to say. You've been holding it in for months now, right? That same sincere smile. She should have kept that smile for someone who could love her as she loved me, not for someone who was about to break her heart. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I thought I was ready for this, but I was just pretending. Silly, huh? Not. It's my fault. I'm sorry. She tried to fake a laugh. Her eyes were wet behind her glasses, bedewed by her tears. You deserve someone better, not me. I'm sorry. Hey, can you pretend a little bit longer, too? At least not up here. Please. I cursed the universe for letting her love the wrong person. I cursed myself for letting her love me. The Ferris wheel creaked softly, signaling movement. This time, down. Damn! Aren't Ferris wheels supposed to be romantic and shit? Like, how do you come back from getting broken up with at the top of a Ferris wheel? Shit, man, I don't know. My ass usually got broken up with over text. No profile update, so everything must be in their stories. Rachel says, a girl always has her secrets. Lucas says, top of the morning to y'all. Hungover but feeling awesome? Oh, how fitting that he would say top of the morning today. Myrtle says, just been almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. So true. And Riona says, no delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. I wonder if that has anything to do with Lucas, because she did post and asked him if he was lost. But we don't know if he ever replied or anything. I think they shared phone numbers. I don't. So I guess if they had, she wouldn't have messaged him on the app. I don't know. Anyway, somebody's come in. Good evening. Officer, welcome. Hi, barista. How are you doing? Look, man, we don't have your lighter this time. It's not us. Or if we should, we don't. And that spells a whole other set of problems. Officer? Oh. Sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries. Work issues? What else? All ears if you want to chat. Heh, you're a pal. Yeah, I know. I'm in a real bind, barista. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside. Things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. Or my favorite answer, yes and once the playlist looped properly. Probably because I was staring it down the entire time, making sure it did. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats. Neither fits with what I heard on the scene. Footsteps, you know, the laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles. Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. Who's blowing up my phone now? Oh, Lucas is posting some more. He says, "Do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than the ones from America? Because they have French horns." Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Oh dear. What a good kid. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. Wild theories are probably better than no theories. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Barista, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Fiona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. What about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh. Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was considered even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparition? Yes! Apparitions like ghosts. Ghosts. Ghosts! I see. What do you mean, I see? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. Bud, come on. Ghosts don't exist. They? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Ah, right. The tree. Does that mean it's haunted? I mean, probably. Yeah, could be. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Huh? Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes literally. You're right. Guess you're not the one being weird here. I mean, Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. For that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about, anyway. Fair enough. Say no more. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Barista. that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thank you for sharing. You know, funny. My grandpa was very into this sort of stuff. So was my daughter. They're like my opposite. They're curious, fascinated by the unknown. Whereas you, with the mere mention of the word ghost, and you start freaking out. Kind of funny. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just with my time as a cop, and it's just with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. See, makes sense. They're the kind of people who see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the Zen-ness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah. I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, Barista, you've seen my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes? My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa. Bought it sometime after Lauren. Commemorate the upcoming new era. Yeah. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right? Now, about that street. See, my grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone with that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his weak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. See, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean Orange Street? Uh-huh. Wasn't called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checked out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Barista. Everything's lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. My team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right. Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, see? Right. Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me! Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. Dead tree stuff, the berry market. Information I wouldn't have even remembered on my own. Right? And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Barista, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? I've always thought you're pretty good about handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. We don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? Focuses on interesting drinks from around the world. You can find everything from the mundane to the extreme. From local comforts to really special stuff. Just had a thought. Let me check. Okay. It's only been like 2 hours, and I just thought to make sure that my microphone was the correct microphone. From local comforts to really special. I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a protecting drink. Made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? Yes? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But barista, even if the whole situation is haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirit. Right? I wouldn't know, but I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magic boost compared to just using regular flame. What are you gonna make me anyway? I trust you. Here. Officer Georgie's lighter. Exudes an interesting... Okay, then make me this magical drink, learn barista. Okay, what do we say? Coffee, honey, and lemon. Give it a go. Whoa, that's cool shit. Okay, Pata. Make sure we give him back his lighter. This looks sick as shit, so let's give it to him before we burn the place down. Serve it! Oh, wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yep, this is special just for you. Probably gonna be in our little drink book, but we won't actually be able to make it then. Spell-laden alcohol-infused Lycian. The drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. Man, we still have so many drinks. Holy shit. So don't tell anybody. Roger that. Here you go. Ooh, careful. Dang, barista. This is really something else. Sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Don't set your face on fire, please. Ah. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, barista. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man, at least with Brooks, you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. That's my line. Huh? Oh, who the hell is this? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. What? McQueen? Is that you? Hello, William. It's been a while. Heh, it is you. Prizes just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddy. Brunch buddy. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. Huh? I feel you. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. From brunch? What, did the bottomless mimosas hit too hard? What the hell? Truly, the lucky ones. You seen this shit, chat? To be fair, if it was the bottomless mimosas hitting really hard, I have a buddy that happened to once. Well, probably more than once, but we specifically went to this one place in town for brunch because we knew they had mimosas because he really wanted them. I ordered a cocktail in solidarity with him, so he would not be the only one drinking at 11 in the morning. Also, I wasn't driving, and neither was he. Nothing so harrowing as whatever brunch buddies shenaniganery happened with these two. Without a doubt. I'll just take both your words for it. Good. I don't like to talk. What brings you here, detective? Surely it's not coffee. Wow! When you put it like that, it hurts my feelings. Secret police reasons. I've not read the brief yet. But enough about it. Tell me about your supernatural problem. Yeah? Bust a ghost? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I'm a level with, you know, I'm sure I've gone on some kind of rant about it before, but alcohol is very solidly eh. Like, it's not really something I go out of my way to do. Every now and then I'll be like, oh, maybe there's a special occasion or something. I don't know, maybe next month for mine and my partner's 1-year marriage anniversary, I'll pick up a bottle of wine or something, but not like I got fucking wine rack, liquor shelf, bar behind my desk. It's just, eh. One of those very special things for me, anyway. Hell, I don't even think I had a fucking drink of alcohol at our wedding. Don't like the taste, can't handle it well. Medicine's not well, so you got hit with the triple whammy. That's fair. I mean, at least you know it's something. Even if you didn't have the, like, medical reasons and stuff to avoid it, you already have your own reason to avoid it. You don't like it. Everything else is just a bonus, I guess. Busting might be a bit much. The only things I bust are rhymes and nuts. Most certainly not chops. Plus side, once I finally drive, it means I'll always be the designated driver so other people can have fun. Yeah, and frankly, from what I've heard, if you go out to, like, bars and places that serve alcohol like that, bartenders are actually, like, super chill with you, if you're the DD. They'd be more than happy to, you know, just get your sody pop or whatever you order that isn't alcoholic. guess if they're not a jerk. I don't know. Bars were never my scene. I'm just speaking out of turn. I was just talking to Barista about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. I really hope Riona shows up while he's talking about how easily freaked out he is. And she just, like, walks in, like, hey. And he's like, ah! Anyway, I think I just plotted out Georgie's fucking death. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Barn Street the other day. Ah, I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. There you go. Finally, somebody gets it. It even pains me to admit that out loud. I mean, at least you're willing to admit it. That's more than a lot of other people fucking do. A lot of people will be like, oh, I can't be prejudiced. I have such and such a friend. I can't be prejudiced. I have such and such a relative who's that. Yeah, but do you actually show up for them? Like, you actually stand up for them, fight for their rights and things like that? Or are you just one of those nominal fucks who's all like, oh yeah, I'm totally for this. You can tell because I have a friend who's this. No. That's not how it is. Anyway. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times, it's ghosts. How do you do it, detective? Your case, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I was gonna say we don't know how much hair he has under his hat, but I think we can see on his profile. Yeah, I mean, it's receding a little bit, but he's still got a decent throw going on. Like, he's got that 5-head action going on that we can't see, you know, in the front view with his hat, but... I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad somebody thinks so. I have no idea what that means. I wonder if he's like some kind of crossover character from a different game. I feel like that might be the case. Because I know in other games like Valhalla, you can get certain character interactions with characters from other games that show up. So maybe this is something like that. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you catch my drift. Real deadbeat. Couldn't take a hint. Bro was putting the dead in deadbeat. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. Oh, no, not the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it. But it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. It's not supposed to go at an angle. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All of his stuff is still there. It's hard, I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions. Classic ghost tricks. Ghost trick? Like the Capcom game? I still need to play that at some point. One of my favorite online content creators is actually doing a let's play of it on her YouTube channel. I don't think it was the next one that she did after doing the 6th Ace Attorney game, but I know she is doing it now. Usually when she does like one kind of let's play, she doesn't usually launch right into another one of the same thing. Plus she's usually got her whole streaming stuff anyway. Which, hey, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Oh, no, yeah. Other than some FNAF. That what basically is from one to the other. Anyway. We're not here to talk about her. We're here to talk about, ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel and he's behind me and... Wait. Bro, are you telling me the plot of the 1990 movie Ghosts with Patrick Swayze? Isn't this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe? We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Who the fuck is this guy? And why is he so ripped? Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Hi, guy I don't know. Well, he's from a different police department. I don't know what the hell, where the hell TL is. I know, right, Hadai? I hate to say this and make it sound rude, but he looks like he should be a stripper cop. You know, like a male stripper with a, you know, who's just dressed like a cop. Then he's like, I'm here to put you under arrest. He brings out the fake handcuffs and... Anyway. I mean, maybe he's a real cop, but he moonlights as a stripper cop. Get that bag. I mean, I wonder how much... I doubt there's much actual crossover in the audience that you get being a stripper and being a cop. So I'm sure there's probably quite a line to walk when it's like, hey, officer, whatever your name is, we're gonna be doing a sting at this place tonight. But that's where I work at my other job. Yes, we know. That's why we're telling you now, so you can call in sick. Or you can join us for the bust. But then I'll have to find another strip joint. That sounds like a you problem. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Yes, Nova. People like a man in uniform. These buttons are really doing some work. Holy shit, you can see the wrinkles. Like, where the tight... Anyway. Did you get that important errand sorted? I sure did. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. It's very... ready rain. There's filling all over your top. He's definitely filling his top, I'll tell you that much. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up, though. Bro, you can admit you're just a stereotypical cop. You had a fucking donut. It's fine. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. Everyone deserves a sugary treat now and then. Absolutely. That is also part of why I made pie. And I just really wanted to. I can vaguely remember the last time I homemade pie. The recipe was completely different. Still good, though. So, what did I miss? You're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey. Ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea, never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. Yeah, pair that with some vanilla ice cream Nova, it was delicious. Some mixed berry pie a la mode. That's what they say in Texas. Remember the a la mode. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry that wasn't much help. Nah. Well, you said that they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. I'm sorry, Nova. You can... What you do is you print out the picture that I sent of the pies I made. You can eat that. It will not taste the same and will be a textural nightmare, but you could. That's a good thing to be reminded of. And the best part is it was literally just like a berry reduction put into a pie shell. I still don't know if I was supposed to like pre-bake the shell and then just basically warm it all up in the oven or not. It came out fine. I think the next time I have some, I'm just gonna reheat it and stuff. Reheat the whole thing and serve it that way. Because the crust was a little bit underdone. Maybe self-deprecating sometimes, but I don't hate myself that much. I already don't have gallbladder, and my weight loss medication does some funky shit to my stomach, so I'm good. Yeah, fair. Exactly. They used to be alive, just like us. As long as they don't try to eat/possess/violently murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues, and spectral whales. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy because you can see right through it. I thought you said you've never met one. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Okay, I really... Me too. Me too, stripper cop. Me fucking too. Ha! Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we're meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. I only have one response. I must go. My people need me. That was not long enough to be gone for that. I need to sit down. I'll be back. Alright, I still have not recovered from that joke, and I don't think I ever will. By the way, I think I might have found your hole in Minecraft. I hope so. I missed that hole. I found some good shit in there, and then I got shot by a fucking skeleton. Can't have shit in Minecraft. Other than skeleton arrows in your torso. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, the Queen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Yeah, one of these times when I actually have some time, I should probably go back and actually try and find it myself. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Oh my god. There are no words. I can't even say there's a brain cell in there. I don't think there is. I feel like it would be insulting to say there's air in there, because that would imply that there's something in there. Himbo Stripper Cop. That's his real name. Officer Himbo Stripper Cop. Oh, when you're on there, I'll show you the way. I think here's mainly because there's a bunch of torches in there and it's relatively close to where your base is. Yeah, that sounds like my hole. I specifically brought torches, just so I would be able to find my way back to it. And then I think I kept finding different holes that were not, in fact, my hole. It's my hole! It's V-shaped! It was made for me! Bye, Coffee Wizard! Okay, I like that. BRB, changing my official title to Coffee Wizard. Take care. That was quite something. Well, what do you know, Barista? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1,000,000 now. I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Barista. I really did nothing much other than get called a coffee wizard. Are you going to be okay? Ain't enough to start thinking about what to do next. That's better than nothing. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer. Stay safe. Will do. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... Doorbell's going fucking crazy over there. Miss Riona! Welcome! Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. I mean, there's this TikTok I watched who does skits, and then one time he made a really funny quote that was like, I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Fuck me up, you caffeine cleric. That's actually really funny. Especially since, my first ever D&D character I created, was actually a cleric. And she was also half human, half something. Except she was half elf. So maybe my destiny was to become a caffeine cleric all along. Find out what classes make potions. And, I think artificers do potions a lot. So instead of being artificer, they'd call me caffeine cleric, and that would be my healing magic. Instead of regular ass healing potion, shot of espresso to the face. Take out the BPEG because he's allergic to coffee. Better yet, just allergic to caffeine in general. That's why he always has decaf. And nobody but the caffeine cleric rolled a high enough investigation or perception check to figure it out. There is construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue. Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. Yeah, you said you're, pretty sure you posted on your thing that you weren't doing deliveries today. Yep, no deliveries today. We'll resume. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey. Tea, lemon, honey? You got it, girl. See, this shit like that, Nova, that's the kind of shit I spend way too much time thinking about, and that's why I have 13 different D&D characters. Of all varying races and classes. Like, there are no repeats. Technically, one of them could be a repeat because I reworked my original cleric into a paladin, and then later made a different cleric. But still. Serve it! A cup of warm midsummer night's dream for you, miss. That's probably on our thing now. Sweet and memorable like summertime blues. And I think there's another Tomo chill. Probably got some more from her profile. Self-summary, singer, groover, part-time. That's what we call it here. How whimsical. It's wonderful. When I get that writing ability, I only got one. I'm literally putting into their lore that they can reincarnate, so I just don't have to try and... No, you know what? That is totally fair. I think that's a very fascinating thing. I am a slut for a good reincarnation story. Like, there was this one book I read a lot, or at least a few times when I was younger. I'm pretty sure it was literally just called Reincarnation. And it was about, like, these 3 people who just kept getting reincarnated across multiple timelines, from, like, cave people days up to, like, modern times, including stints in, like, you know, the 1960s civil rights era, 1860s US Civil War era, and they were all united by this one, like, originally I think it was like this green emerald gem that they found as cave people that they ended up fighting and dying over. But that ends up being like a theme that ties them together. Like, the one that sticks out the most in my brain is during the Civil War lifetime. One of them was dying, and the other one was trying to get them, like, literally any bit of pain medication to ease their suffering while they were dying. And the bottle of medicine that they were holding up, I forget if it was the medicine itself or if it was the bottle, but it was green, and, like, the way the light was reflecting through it, it was, like, the same color or whatever as that original emerald gem or whatever it was. Anyway, I need to find that book again. Really sucks that all I can remember is that it was just called Reincarnation. I mean, I read it in my teens, so probably... I don't remember anything super graphic. Probably just, like, a young... I'll have to find it. There's actually this other thing that an app I use called Book of the monthly book subscription. And one of the books for this month, fantasy book that's in a similar thing, it's called Our Infinite Fates. 2 souls are bound by a curse in this enemies to lovers to enemies shall it continue story through infinite lives. I got that, and that should be here in a couple of days. Devour it like that one gift from the guy from freaking Monster House. Anyway, if you ever get their lore written down, send it my way. Hell yeah, I look forward to that. But don't tell the rush or anything on my account. I am a ready and willing audience whenever you are ready. Anyway, Riona really likes the drink we made her. Our Shakespeare Midsummer Night's Dream. I know it's Midsummer Night's Dream. Sweet, but well balanced with the lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Yeah. Exactly, Nova. That's the impression I'm getting. And it was sort of the same way with that book I was just talking about that I read when I was younger. Like, they start off on opposing sides of things, or something or other, but they're naturally drawn together, like this kind of thing. Even though Hyde doesn't believe in that shit. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. That's so. How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh? He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. I see. Would you mind doing me a favor? Oh? What do you need? Would you give my contact to him? We only connected via Bluetooth last week. Oh? Email address and a phone number are written on it, belonging to Riona Shearing. Riona's contact info. He's blue card with a... Oh, it wasn't finished. I mean, it probably just says with her name and email. He's a blue card with an email address and a phone number written on it. Yep. So we'll have to give that to him the next time he comes through. What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming. It is possible that I spoke more than was necessary. All because I couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness knowing what happened to the tree. That's entirely understandable, though. It is not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. It is the least I could do, as I realized there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human, and we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information, as such. I understand what you mean. Girl, say no more. I get it. I don't know how fully corporeal I am myself. Okay. I just do not wish to incriminate anything or anyone. It's fine. I get it. I'm glad. I'd say you've already helped him out in more ways than one. Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out. No, nothing. I'll pass this off to him. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've got a lot on my mind. And I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. Pardon? You know. I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily negatively. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled objective, but I have been doubting. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Oh? Any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I am trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am thankful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, to make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern. though, but you could give me a refresher. Just so I don't misunderstand.
I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak.
Right.
She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact.
And what would that be?
Well, oh, but it's not guaranteed that you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know?
I'd say that's a decent impression of her.
Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it was either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with other people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see that. But then I was wondering whether Mr. Lucas wanted something similar during our first meeting.
Right. I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then?
I don't know.
Is it difficult?
No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I come across. And being rejected by every single one. But for some reason, I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity.
Something happened?
He was stuck.
Pardon?
Actually, he posted on it about it on social media.
Oh yeah, thought he was totally turned. Oh? I might have seen it. Yeah, I did, actually.
Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud
All sounds in order?
and extremely drunk.
Called it. I hate to say that I called it, but yeah. I'm not saying I know how he posts, per se. But, like, the way he was posting did not necessarily seem in line with the Lucas that we... Really?
He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Carey Park without realizing he had done so.
Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night.
Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating until 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that, as he seemed to be aware of it.
Right.
So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transport nearby.
Wouldn't it have been easier for him to have just called a cab?
He told me he wanted to know the city better.
At midnight.
Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself.
Don't come at me with your facts and logic. I'm just a barista, not a person of facts and logic and shit. I know there's a name for what I'm trying to say, but I'm just not coming up with it. Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. Or he was drunk and lost as fuck. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking.
Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different.
Huh?
It appears he had dinner with his team,
Ah, yeah, he did boast about that.
and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new directive.
Oh, buddy. Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected.
Perhaps. I know that feeling all too well.
Yes.
However, he said he would keep negotiating until they reach a compromise.
That's good.
Is it though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain proof from his team for his actions. How can I still be so positive?
What do you mean?
I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believe that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I?
Right. That's why it doesn't work that way.
What do you mean?
To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standard.
I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging it at the moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel and Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with it?
Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all.
What do you mean?
Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Yes, head pat. I wonder how corporeal she is. Like, she can grab the cups and drink out of them and everything. I wonder if she'd let us head pat her, if she would, like, make our hand phase through her or something. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies.
But it's not easy to climb these hills. Especially if you've never done it before.
Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance, or assistance even.
Because one can't possibly know everything related to overcoming obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
I see. Still, Miss Riona? Ah, yeah. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts.
You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call?
I picked him up and drove him home.
Whoa. But I thought you're located in Bellevue.
I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly nearing the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him.
I see. How was his singing, in your opinion?
Ah, it wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is.
Well,
His hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into the car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, for he had remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got wet.
Ah. Hope he didn't get sick then. Aside from all that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean.
Well, he happily asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined.
Probably for the best. Could have been entertaining, though.
I ended up taking him for a drive though, as I needed to take care of my unfinished business.
Late night delivery?
No, I was buying a pie.
At midnight?
Yes. Why? Concerned you may have a competitor.
No, not at all. Maybe a little bit.
Oh, Barista, you will be.
I hope you're saying that because their pies tasted like shit. I sort of want to know just so I can inform Officer Georgie about it.
Oh, why?
His daughter loves pies. When his car was vandalized, Officer Georgie had plans to buy pies for his family's get-together. But the report took a while and the weather was bad. And by the time he was able to get a taxi, he thought everything was already closed.
See,
He takes pride in being a Seattleite. So I wonder if he knows about it already.
well, it is a very small kiosk attached to a pub. Very easy to miss. The spot is known as Disco Pie. It serves fresh pies until 1 a.m.
Interesting. Good to know. Thanks. Getting back to the story, though, you both went for pies then.
Yes, and that seemed to fascinate me for some reason.
What did you each get?
He ordered a slice of warm apple crumble, a scoop of French vanilla ice cream.
And it is really good I made these fucking pies today because if I hadn't, this would have pushed me over the edge. I probably would have just started making the pie crust tonight. Like, fuck it, we ball. And a large cup of piping hot coffee with a little bit of milk. Oh, even though his tummy can't. Ouch. I feel betrayed. Truly. How could he do this to me? He got coffee somewhere else. Ah. I will never forgive him for this indiscretion.
Oh. But it was my suggestion, since I thought he needed to warm up.
Double out! No! Riona, why? I am wounded. So wounded. I don't know if I can recover. The double betrayal! Because it wasn't even his idea. It was hers. And they both did it. Nova. I don't know if I can go on. I will simply never recover from this betrayal. Alright, melodramatics aside. Ooh, matcha time. Look. Yeah, they had coffee. I have matcha. I don't actually have matcha on me, but I'm taking a sip of one of my various drinks. Pretending to hydrate. Thank you for the matcha, Nova. You refreshed and revitalized my spirit. I'm sure those fuckers over at the pie shop don't have matcha. Yeah, this is exactly what I needed. My fighting resolve is back.
I apologize.
I'll live. A little piece of advice, though. A glass of warm water might be better for the inebriated. Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and thus preventing hangovers.
Oh, that's really good information to know. This is why you're the best barista. Thank you.
See, now you're just trying to butter me up. You're just trying to make up for your betrayal by smooth talking me. It will not work. Maybe it'll work a little. I am not immune to flattery. Okay, my feelings are hurt slightly less now. And what did you get for yourself? I swear to God, if you say matcha, I'm throwing myself into the sun.
I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie myself. And just so you know, I did not order any drink.
Good! Drinks aside, what an interesting combination for a pie. How did you like it?
I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here, too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time.
Please do. Nobody else likes it.
And so we continued our conversation afterward. That was when he told me he had not given up on his goal, despite the many disappointments of the team.
There's no I in team, but there is an A, which stands for a bunch of assholes. What it sounds like he's got.
He also told me why he does not thrive.
Really? Why? You need to drink more teas? Me too. I recently got one of those blind date with a book kind of things. It came with a bunch of stickers and a bookmark and a like a singular tea bag. And it was decaf chocolate hazelnut. Now, I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for it because by the smell alone, it smelled really good. I made it up for Mr. Barista to have with the pie. He seemed to really like it.
Ah, it is. On second thought, it may be better to hear the story directly from him another time. I apologize.
Oh, girl, that's fine. No problem. I understand. Oh, comfy time. Yeah. Nice cozy sweater. The cozy sweater. Thanks for the cozy sweater. My arms were getting a little cold. My hands are nice and toasty, my shoulders are nice and warm, but my forearms were feeling the chill.
We also discussed quite a few things we have in common.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly. Before we knew it, it was already nearing 5 a.m.
Oh boy, 5 a.m. Must have been a gripping conversation.
I'm not sure. However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him, so I drove him home.
Weren't you tired as well?
No. I should go now.
Alright. Will you be okay?
I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns.
Yeah, of course. That's what I pay me the big bucks for. No problem at all. Anytime. Again, that's what I pay me the big bucks for.
a good evening then, Barista. Come back again soon.
Cafe latte. Caffeine boost dominated by milk. You know, your basic ass basic ass latte. Sorry, boss, shut the fuck up. We're actually about to wrap up in a minute, I think. Because it's, oh boy, 2 a.m. here, and, I kind of... Comfy barista looks very ideal right now. So what we'll do is we'll at least get a look at the headlines and read the short story. We'll do that. Friday, September 29th, 2023. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? At least it's pretty? Researcher responds over alleged algae invasion. Oh, you mean the killer algae that they set out to stop the lionfish? Dwarfira Tech teams up with Golemix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. Actually sounds badass. I see you over there with your fucking... I see you over there, Bailey. Shut up. We're not talking to you. Also, why is there a fucking teddy bear? Anyway. Sing Your Body Electric by Ralia Almond. Sing your body for hiding, the truth in them prancing. Like a perfect man they are, like a perfect woman they are, like a perfect person the world expected they are. Not themselves, they can't be. They're hidden inside the closet, beneath the sweater 4 sizes bigger your mom bought for you when you were 5. Hoping you'll grow into it somehow. Do those sweaters fit you now? Sing your body for dressing, in designers as they like, fashion. Like Gucci for the insecurity, Chanel is your personal hell, Louis V hides your body. Like it's a cat. You hide what you consider it ugly. Side of Versace, Dior, like you're not sure. You're a boy or a girl, or whatnot. Yeah, now's not the time, Baileys. Unless you're giving me good news about how much better your wedding prep is going because you two actually talk and fucking listen to each other, I ain't having it. Your body still asks you what you want inside those armor. Yet sing your body for surviving, fashion as they come, wearing tight skirts like you're a woman, black shirts like you're a man, sweatshirts like you're a knife. Dead or alive, padding inside bras to fill the gap in your chest, finding when to feel like you have nothing, weighing your shoulders. What you actually are is a person forever looking for a reason to stay alive. So when the devil asks for a dance, you look as good as you can. And sing your body for growing out of their chains, forgiving. A mother's expectations, a father's disappointment. The owner of the body who keeps on, drawing lines near their wrists, praying this is it, yet persistent in staying alive. Oh, how happy your veins must be to be carrying hope through the arteries to where your heart is. A body that cannot stay broken, a body celebrated, a body forgiven. So sing your body for being how blessed they are, the entire thing. How perfect a woman is, how perfect a man is. How perfect a body outside that dichotomy. How perfect the soul's still looking for a body fit for themselves. Like shoes on the shelf inside the closet waiting to be used. There will be time, pretty high heels. There will be time to feel like singing your body electric. Sing it fantastic, tantric like it's time for your nakedness to be alive, proud as you are. Well, damn. That was something. And on that note, yeah, I know, right? Fucking food for thought. I can't decide if I should look at my fucking Facebook just to get some levity out of that, but I don't think that's gonna help. Cause woof! I feel like I need to sit down. I'm gonna mentally sit down for a second. We'll see how that helps. Okay. I'm having a mental sit. Ah! My mental sit brought me back to the center. Well, at any rate. God damn it. Why does my body just not like to be upright? Like, no, I'm going to be on my tippy toes. I'm going to go to the moon. With or without you. And then I'm also going to go like this. And like this. I'm gonna fucking... Meow. I'm gonna lean all up in your face. At any rate. Thank you very much for coming through. Oh, doing a last minute stretch here. As always, I had a wonderful time just hanging out with y'all. And all of our new Coffee Talk friends. Well, Coffee Talk friends, new and old, honestly. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll see some more familiar faces. I mean, we haven't seen Myrtle and Aqua in like forever. Maybe they'll finally come through. Thank you, Hadai. You have a good night too. Let's see if there's anybody we want to go and raid out to. I had somebody in mind earlier, but they're no longer live. So oops. It happened. Can't win them all. Let's see. Not me almost clicking on an old VOD and about to send you to, a VOD. Somebody who ain't even live. If anybody has any suggestions of somebody we could raid into, I am more than happy to take them into consideration. I would love to bring that Café love somewhere. I might have somebody in mind if nobody has any suggestions. Yeah, that's the problem I have with streaming this late, Hadai. Like, almost nobody's still awake. But let's see. You know what? Let's go. We'll go hang out with our friend Penny. Penelope, who is still in the midst of her uncapped subathon. Right now she's doing Dead by Daylight. Looks like she's doing a killer challenge. Hit her with the old Cafe raid. It would help if I could spell raid. I think it's hilarious when fucking emotes just fall womp. Yeah, we'll just hit her up with the Cafe raid. go and give her that love. Give her latte love. But yeah, we'll be back at it again tomorrow night. You too, Nova. I look forward to next stream. Which again will be tomorrow, probably around the same time. At least most of the scuff happened early on this time. We didn't have to deal with it too much. But until then, I hope everybody has a good night. Take care of yourself. Get plenty of rest. Rest, hydrate, good food, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you tomorrow. Alright? Have a good one. Bye!